that mind of God and that way of God. So let's welcome our student minister to this rostrum. Our student minister, Brother Nuri Muhammad. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Assalamu alaikum. Please be seated, brothers and sisters. Not some praise, not most praise, but all praise is due to Allah. That's right. Our teaching in the Quran tells us that whatever evil that we do is the working of our own hands. Yes, sir. Whatever good that we do from our own hands, it originates from God Himself. Yes, sir. So in the Quran, it is always Alhamdulillah. Right. No matter what praise, recognition, accolade, or compliment is given, it's always all praise is due to Allah. Yes, in the biblical context, when someone honors you or praises you, you should say in the biblical context, all glory be to God. Yes, for we are nothing more than tools, instruments, and God-willing weapons in the hands of the Supreme Being. A tool for the building of a new world. An instrument for playing God's new song. And a weapon in the hands of Allah to eliminate the devil from the face of the planet Earth once and for all. We thank Allah that all praise is due to Him. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, who intervened in our affairs in the form of a well-made man named Master Farad Muhammad. We forever thank Master Farad Muhammad for coming among us and raising up in our midst His messenger, Messiah, and even more than that, as you will soon know throughout the rest of today's lecture. That man that was a Georgia-born black man, that came from the same vicissitudes of life that every black man, woman, and child here in the wilderness of North America are suffering. He, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, like us, was miseducated. He, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, like us, was a man that did not have a name that meant something from his motherland. He, like you and I, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, was in poverty. He, like us, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, was depressed, was a little sad, on the brink of suicide. But he met a man named Master Farad Muhammad that became what the Bible would call the Good Samaritan, who found this wounded black man named Elijah Poole laying in Detroit on the road. And even though the Levite had seen the condition but walked by on the other side, even though the priest had walked by on the other side, it was this Good Samaritan. Samaritan is an Arab man that seen Elijah Poole, and not like the Jewish priest, not like the Christian minister. He didn't just look at the condition and walk by on the other side, but this Good Samaritan named Master Farad Muhammad, who traveled 9,000 miles all by himself, found Elijah Poole on the laid out with wounded in the head, and he began to pour oil into his head. No, not some physical ointment that came from a drugstore. But he began to pour in his mind the oil of supreme wisdom. And that man, Elijah Poole, graduated from being Elijah Poole to Elijah Kareem. From Elijah Kareem, a private soldier, to Elijah Kareem, a minister. From Elijah Kareem, a minister, to Elijah Kareem, supreme minister. From Elijah Kareem, supreme minister, to Elijah Muhammad, the apostle of God. From Elijah Muhammad, the apostle of God, to Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. From Elijah Muhammad, the messenger of Allah, to Elijah Muhammad, the Christ of Allah. And he has been studied under the tutelage of this great man since then. And we are pleased to announce to you today that Elijah Muhammad is no longer a private soldier. He's no Negro that the white man made us.
Yes, sir.
To being that proud, powerful, and productive man and woman we were before we were kidnapped by this white man.
Yes, sir.
We thank Allah for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, the supreme example of black man and woman potential.
Yes, sir.
And we thank the two of them today for blessing us with one that is in our midst today that if it were not for this one, we wouldn't be talking about those two.
Right.
He's a man that when you look at him, you are really looking at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in another human form.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's a man that when you look at him, you are really looking at Master Farooq Muhammad in another human form.
Yes, sir.
In fact, when you look at this beautiful man among us today, the scripture says that that last one comes in the volume of the book.
Yes, sir. That's right.
If he's coming in the volume of the book, not the page, not the chapter,
Come on.
but the volume of the book, that means that when that last one comes, he manifests the characteristics of all the great ones that went before him.
Yes, sir.
This is why black man and black woman, as you and I began to become conscious, and began reviewing our history and looking at the great sister and brother soldiers that fought on the battlefield as revolutionaries, martyrs, and the messengers of God.
Yes, sir.
Every time we look at those in the past that lived during an era we didn't live in, what do we say? We always say that, man, had I been back during that time,
Yes, sir.
I would have been right there with Martin Luther King.
Yes, sir.
Had I been back during the time of Malcolm X, he would have been on one side of the window with the rifle, and I would have been on the other side with my AK-47. Had I lived during the time of Harriet Tubman, she would have been on the Underground Railroad with the shotgun. But I would have been right beside her with my 38.
Yes, sir.
Had I lived during the time of Jesus, I would have been that 13th disciple.
Come on.
If I was back during the time of Moses, it would have been Moses, Aaron, Joshua, and me.
Yes, sir.
Am I telling the truth?
Yes, sir.
And we see Marcus Garvey, we say that I would have been one of the chief lieutenants in the Black Star Line.
Come on.
Every time we look back at the great ones that have lived before, all of us say that had I lived back then, I would have been with them back then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, God has given you and me an opportunity to prove to ourselves and to our children that our word is our bond, and that our bond is our life, and that we are willing to give our life before our word is our faith. How did he give us an opportunity, brothers and sisters? He gave us one man. That when you study this one man, you can see the courage of a Harriet Tubman.
Yes, sir.
You see the articulation of Dr. King.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You see the organizational skill of Marcus Garvey.
Come on.
You see the messengership and the liberation theology of Moses.
Yes, sir.
You see the love of Jesus.
Yes, sir.
And you see the man that's able to free people from the strongholds of drugs and alcohol and intoxicants like Prophet Muhammad.
Go ahead.
Well, if we say we would have been with them back then, yet we got one man here today with us.
Yes, sir.
That is all of them wrapped up in one human form.
Go ahead.
And it is only right that if our word is bond, that we began back in God's name. That's all of them wrapped up in one flesh. The honorable minister of the Father. It is in the holy and righteous names of these great ones that I greet you, my sisters and brothers, in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I'm really so happy to be back home.
Yes, sir.
All praise to Allah. All praise to Allah. And I pray to Allah that we are understanding of my absence.
Yes, sir.
I'm not absent because I'm on a boat
Yes, sir.
with my feet up sunbathing. I'm not absent from the mosque because I'm watching television.
Yes, sir.
Or because I'm at some sports event.
Come on.
But when I'm absent from the mosque, I'm just on the other side of the battlefield.
Yes, sir.
Fighting the same enemy.
Yes, sir.
With the same truth.
Yes, sir.
So I thank Allah for the hard work of those that make sure that the flag never hits the ground. I thank Allah for those in the ministry who our brother Thomas, to our brother James, to our brother Terrence, to our sister Zawina, to our sister Norma, to our sister Laverne, to all of those that represent from this rostrum, we thank Allah for you. To our great soldier, brother Nuri Muhammad, we thank Allah for you. We thank Allah for the student captains and the lieutenants, the secretary, the department, the squad leaders, and the staff of those that keep it going. People always ask, how do y'all stay alive with you being gone so much? Because we're not here for personality's sake. We are here for the cause and the principle and the character and the specific person. So we thank Allah for those that make sure the flag does not hit the ground. We are pleased to announce today that not only do we have those present here at the mosque, but joining us, we got word that we have some brothers and sisters that are viewing today right now live from the digital rostrum, aka the iPhone, from our mobile mosque, aka Facebook Live. We have brothers and sisters that are tuning in from all over the country. We have some that are tuning in right now from Guyana. Some that are online right now from Belize. We have brothers and sisters online right now that are from England. We have brothers and sisters online right now from South Africa. We have brothers and sisters online right now from Trinidad and many, many more places. I don't know about you, but they call most of them third world countries. And I think that we owe them at least to send the brothers and sisters around the world that are our kith and kin some of the energy from mighty Muhammad Miles 174 from the black man and woman here in North America. Let's do some love. Oh, praise be to Allah. Today we gathered together to discuss a subject called the trap. We would like to debunk a few of the myths attached to the term the trap. Just like any other phrase, statement, or word, when someone makes a phrase, a statement, or a word, there is two different definitions that are attached to that word. One is called the connotation. And the other definition is called the denotation. The connotation is the commonly accepted definition based upon how that word is used and how frequently it is used in that way. Are y'all with me? But the actual definition sometimes is different than the assumed definition. And the actual definition is the denotation. Well, coming from the side of connotation, when someone says the trap, the first thing we think about is a little raggedy house in the hood. That a dope man is renting. That dope fiends come to buy and to use inside of that physical locale. But the trap that we want to talk about today is not that little double on the west side of town with a few little brothers selling packs and pills out the back door. The real trap is not that little house in the hood. The real trap is CVS. The real trap house is Walgreens. The real trap house is the public school system. The real trap house is the white man's religion. That's the real trap house. In fact, we submit to you today that America is the white man's trap house. All our life, brothers and sisters, we've been taught a saying as we began to negotiate one with another. As soon as two people can agree on a certain thing, then you'll hear somebody say, well, you know, money talks. Right. Okay, y'all act like y'all was right. Yes, sir. I'm making my point, you making yours. I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me. I'm saying that I can win. You saying you can win. I'm saying no, you can't. I'm faster. You saying no, I'm faster. I'm saying that I beat you last time we played. You saying no, you didn't. I won by 5. Okay, money talks. Is that right? Question though, if money is talking, what is money saying? Clear it up now. In the American system of currency, no matter what dollar bill or denomination of bill you look at, whether it's the 1, the 5, the 10, the 20, the 50, or the 100, there are 3 things that are common among all denominations of American currency.
Yes, sir.
1, all of the bills are 6 inches long.
Yes, sir. Come on, bring it down.
Ain't that something?
Yes, sir. Bring it down.
So, does anybody remember in Revelations where it said, let him that have wisdom
Yes, sir.
count the number of the beast? Because the number of the beast is the number of the man. His number is 666 and 6.
Yes, sir.
666 has always been the number that will let you know who the devil is.
Yes, sir.
Ain't it something that all of white people's money is 6 inches long?
Yes, sir. That's a fact.
Then if you look at it, it comes in 6 different forms.
Yes.
You have the penny.
Yes, sir.
You have the nickel.
Yes, sir.
You have the dime.
Yes, sir.
You have the quarter.
Yes, sir.
You have the 50-cent piece.
Yes, sir.
And then you have bills.
Yes, sir.
6 forms of currency.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that something?
Yes, sir.
The second thing that is common among all denominations, not only are they 6 inches long, but all dollar bills, whether it's a 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, or 100, all of them have an ugly white man on it. Do you agree? With my personal assessment and my own scientific poll, by means of inference, reasoning, logic, and comparative deduction, I put all of them next to each other, and I've come to the conclusion that the ugliest white man on all of them is definitely the one on that $5 bill. Abraham Lincoln got to be the ugliest white man. Out of all the crackers they could have put. Okay. Y'all understand what I'm trying to say. But the third thing that is much deeper than the other 2 is that no matter whether you are looking at a dollar, whether you're looking at a 5, 10, 20, 50, or 100, every U.S. currency in bill form has a spider web around it. Why, if money talks, did you put a spider web around all of your money?
Come on. Go ahead. Come on. Make it plain.
It's because America has been set up like a spider web to attract black people.
Yes, sir.
Then if you take the most frequently distributed denomination, which is the $1 bill.
Yes, sir.
The $1 bill, not only does it have a spider's web around it, but if you look at the front of the dollar bill on the left side and on the right side, you'll see a bold V-type marking that looks like someone added it to it.
Right.
And what this represents is the 2 spiders that are spinning the web.
Yes, sir.
Well, question, who are the 2 spiders?
Go ahead.
We have something that we were given called the Supreme Wisdom Lessons, Nation of Islam. And inside the Supreme Wisdom Lessons, there's a mention of the uncle of Mr. is living other than their own self. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And because of that, they're suffering from all kinds of disease.
Yes, sir.
Is this the truth?
Yes, sir.
Rheumatism,
Come on.
hay fever,
Yes, sir.
gripe,
Yes, sir.
regular fever,
Right.
high blood pressure.
Come on.
Is that right? And many more.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
But then later on, there's a mention of someone called the second uncle
Right. Tell it.
of Mr. W.D. Farrar.
Yes, sir.
And the second uncle and his wife have 2 times more conditions that are negative than the first one.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Well, the first uncle represents black people when Master Fard Muhammad first came in 1930.
Yes, sir. Make it bless.
We were messed up.
Right. Come on.
We were living other than our own selves.
Yes, sir.
We had conditions,
Okay.
Right.
but we were not as bad then as we are now.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
There were no flaming hot Cheetos back then. Am I saying something wrong?
No, sir. That's a fact.
There were no genetically modified organism food that you could buy. There was no pink slime burgers that you could get from McDonald's. Huh?
Yes, sir.
There was no mystery meat McNugget.
Come on.
Yeah. Go ahead now. Teach on that.
Is this the truth?
Yes, sir.
So the first uncle, which is us in 1930, and the wife of that first uncle represents the state of condition of spiritual, mental, and physical health of black people in 1930.
Yes, sir.
But the second uncle has 3 times more health problems and mental problems.
Yes, sir.
Because over time, things have gotten worse. So the second uncle represents the modern generation of black people that have more problems than the first generation did.
Yes, sir.
So the question is, who are the 2 spiders?
Go ahead.
The 2 spiders, one spider represents that original white man that kidnapped us and brought us into America to make us a slave.
Yes, sir.
But that second spider on the other side of the dollar represents this modern day white man that is keeping the web going, making sure that we are worse off now than we were even when we first got here. Oh, praise the Lord. Looks like we got about a 50% agreement ratio. Question then, if you don't agree, have you ever heard of the law that whatever you do to get a thing,
Yes, sir.
you have to do to keep it?
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. Tell it.
Well, if the first trap house,
Come on.
no, it was not the devil
That's right.
in Hallville.
No, sir.
The first trap house was the trading post in the jungle of Africa.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
On the trading post in the jungle of Africa, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that there was a man by the name of Sir John Harding Hawkins,
Yes, sir.
That's right. Tell it.
who was a privateer of the Queen of England, who brought him and his comrades into Africa, posted up in Egypt along the Nile River, and set up a trading post in the jungle.
Yes, sir.
Right.
John Hawkins and his other white brethren lived among us for 29½ years, never telling a lie.
Go ahead.
And by never telling a lie for nearly 30 years, they gained our trust. And after they gained our trust, they sprung the trap.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
They invited us into the trading post, and they began to give us something that was considered firewater.
Come on, sir. Fire.
Our first time we had And we began to drink.
Yes, sir. Right.
And when we began to drink, we began to become distorted in our judgment.
Yes, sir.
Next thing you know, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that John Hawkins, he had 3 lines of ships. His captain ship, his main vessel was called a ship named Jesus.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
See, that right there busts up what the white man said about how he found us.
Come on.
Because according to the white man, that when we found us in Africa, we were savages.
Yes, sir.
When he found us in Africa, we were swinging from vines.
Come on.
When he found us in Africa, we were running around with bones in our nose, living like beasts of the field.
Yes, sir.
When he found us in Africa, we knew nothing about God, nothing about Scripture, nothing about religion.
Come on.
Well, question, why would you name your ship Jesus?
Man, beautiful team.
To trick us to get on if you didn't know we already believed it. That's a lie. And when we got on the ship, we were put on in the ship, and they made levels of the ship. Each floor on the ship had a ceiling of only an average of 8 inches.
Right.
Do y'all see that?
Yes, sir.
So you have from the bottom 8 inches, then the next level 8 more inches,
Yes, sir.
Right.
then the next level, and in between each level there were slaves. We were stacked,
Go ahead.
shoulder to shoulder,
Right.
foot to head in front of us, head to foot above us,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
in an 8-inch ceiling space where we could not move.
Tell it.
Many mothers would hear their young crying and couldn't even reach over and get the young to breastfeed.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir.
Tell it.
We would hear our relatives take their last breath, dying from starvation.
Come on. Yes, sir.
We couldn't do anything about it.
Go ahead.
They never let us up to take us to the washroom.
Right.
We didn't get to bathe. We didn't even get to relieve ourselves.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
So we were stacked like this for 3 months on a 9,000-mile journey.
Go ahead.
And while we were stacked like roaches in the projects,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Tell
Yes,
it.
sir.
Teach on the project.
or even sardines in a can.
Right. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Y'all know roaches in the projects are deep now.
Yes, sir. Come on.
They become your cousins.
Right.
I'll leave it alone.
Go ahead, Mom.
But because we couldn't relieve ourselves, we had to urinate and defecate on ourselves.
Yes, sir.
Right. Tell
But
it.
they didn't let us up to the top to feed us. What they would do is they would take slop
Come on. Make it plain.
and they would mop slop through the cracks, and whatever came through the cracks is what we ate.
Hey.
They didn't bring us to the top to give us fresh water. They would take buckets of water and just dump it.
Yes, sir.
And whatever water came through the crack, we leaned over and drunk it. Problem, though, is because we never got to go to the restroom. Mixed in the food was defecation.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Mixed in the water was urine.
Yes, sir.
So for 3 months, we were made to eat our own defecation and drink our own urine.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
Stacked shoulder to shoulder, hand to foot, foot to head on an 8-inch ceiling for 3 months straight.
Go ahead.
And when they let us off the ship, naturally we went crazy.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead.
Who wouldn't go crazy under those circumstances?
Yes, sir.
That's right.
That was the trap house.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That's right.
So, whenever the white man became the first fighter,
Go ahead.
see, after he got us to America, he did not kidnap slaves.
Right.
That's
Right.
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 Right. Actual fact.
Teach.
Wake us up.
Okay, y'all don't believe me.
That's actual fact.
Has anybody ever heard of the black branch of the Masonic order
Go ahead.
called the Prince Hall Masons?
That's right. That's it.
Do you know how the black branch of the Masonic order became the Prince Hall Masons?
Come on. Wake us up now. Tell it.
It's because Prince Hall was one of those that were kidnapped from Africa to be made a slave.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. That's right.
But he was not a slave in Africa.
Right.
He was a prince in line to be a king.
Yes, sir.
Right. Tell it.
And when they kidnapped him
Go ahead.
and learned that they had a prince on board,
Go ahead.
then they began extracting the wisdom from assemblies that they can teach their own people the truth of God.
Go ahead.
The origin of black people, but use that wisdom to rule and keep people subject.
Beautiful teaching.
Are y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
So the symbol of the Prince Hall Masons is a square and a compass.
Right. That's it.
Which if you look at it, it really is not just a square and a compass, but if you were to lay it over top of the interior of a pyramid, that's the way pyramids were built.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Pyramids were built up and down.
Yes, sir. Right.
So that great one that we call Giza,
Right.
which is the last remaining wonders of the world, is 451 feet high and 451 feet deep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It covers 13 and a half acres of land.
Go ahead.
It's made of 1,003.5 ton blocks of gold, marble, and granite stacked mathematically precise up and down, east and west.
Yes, sir.
And we built it without Caterpillar, John Deere,
Go ahead.
Cranes, or
Go
bulldozers.
ahead. Go ahead.
We built it with the power of our own mind and the use of a hydraulic system from the ocean. Oh, praise God. So when you look at the Prince Hall Mason symbol, it is really the interior design of a pyramid.
Right. Yes, sir.
So as you see coming up the stairs from the bottom, you go out to a landing and look out. And as you see coming down from the top, you can go to another landing, the same one, and look out again.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But they didn't kidnap slaves.
Yes, sir.
Right. Right.
They kidnapped young princes.
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
They
Muhammad.
kidnapped young princesses.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
They kidnapped inventors.
That's right. Actual fact.
They kidnapped professors.
Yes, sir.
They kidnapped teachers.
Yes, sir.
They kidnapped warriors and organizers.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And when you bring a warrior, an organizer, a teacher, a professor, a king, and a queen, you can't make them into no slave.
Go ahead.
Clear it up now.
So they had to murder all of the adult slaves wholesale,
Yes, sir.
so that they can raise the next generation without the knowledge of what they were and where they came from.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the reason why Farrakhan
Go ahead.
is the most feared human being on the face of the planet Earth. Let me explain why. See, we are not unsuccessful because of who we are.
Right. Say it, Mom.
We're unsuccessful because of who we think we're not.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Muhammad.
And what they don't like about the minister is that he's a black man that doesn't just speak power to the powerful,
Right. Right.
but he also gives power to the powerless.
Yes, sir.
By teaching everyone under his voice who you are and whose you are. All praise the people of God. We say, well, who are you? You're God.
Yes, sir.
That's what he said.
Did y'all hear that?
Yes, sir.
The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, every time you look at a black man, you're looking at God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Psalms 82 verse 6, David agrees with him. He said, ye are all gods,
Yes, sir.
children of the Most High God.
Yes, sir.
So when you see yourself as a God, you make moves. You don't make excuses.
Go ahead.
When you see yourself as a God, you operate as the master of your own fate and the captain of your own soul. You're not waiting on nobody to come and make it good for you.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
When you see yourself as a God, you're not a creature of circumstance. You become the creator of circumstance.
Yes, sir.
When you see yourself as a God, you're not a chess piece. You become the chess player.
That's right.
When you see yourself as God, you don't pray and wait.
Right.
You pray and work.
Right.
When you see yourself as God. When you see yourself as God, your expectations of self and others is heightened.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So it's a certain way you treat yourself when you believe you're God.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And it's a certain way you demand others to treat you.
Yes, sir.
So in Jamaica,
Go ahead.
in Guyana, in South Africa, in Belize, in Trinidad, that if you see yourself as God,
Go ahead.
you will not let the French
Come on.
Of the English white man.
Go ahead.
Of the American white man.
Go ahead.
Of the Australian.
Come on.
Of the Chinese.
Yes, sir.
Come to your country
Go ahead.
where you have gold that belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Bauxite that belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Oil that belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Diamond that belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
And you let some cracker come in
Go ahead.
and take your natural resource
Yes, sir.
and hire you to be a damn employee, minding your own door and complain. Now, if you were God, you operate with expectation.
Yes, sir. Tell it.
Said, look, you can bring the equipment, but we're going to make a deal.
Yes, sir.
Now, this is my land.
Right.
This is God's gift to us.
Yes, sir. Tell it.
These resources belong to this nation.
Yes, sir.
So if anything come about the ground, 90% of the benefits going to stay here.
That's right.
And if you want to bring a damn drill
Come on, wait.
and a few hard hats
That's right.
and a couple of computer systems, then you can take 10% with you.
Right.
But right now, in every nation on the earth, the white man comes in with a drill,
Wait.
with a computer,
Right.
with a hard hat,
Right.
employs the Aboriginal people,
Right.
makes them work for him,
Right.
and then he takes 90% of the wealth as a white man for himself and leaves the damn crumbs for the Aboriginal people. But if we had the knowledge of self and we believe we were God,
Yes, sir. Come on.
then our expectation of others will be a little bit higher.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You gonna give us a fair deal, or you won't be here.
Go ahead.
And if you show up anywhere, we'll burn the whole damn thing down.
Go ahead.
But if they burn it all up, then what are they? Hell, they're only getting $140 a month now.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
With almost everything there costing the same as it does in America.
Yes, sir.
What the hell can a grown man do with $140
Go ahead.
a month?
Come on. Tell it. Tell it.
So you're going to be poor anyway. You might as well be real poor for 10 years,
Yes, sir.
but shut it down.
Yes, sir.
Shut down the Australian. Shut down the British. Shut down the American truck. Shut down the Chinese. Shut down the Canadians. Shut them all down. And be poor and broke as hell.
Go ahead.
But know in your mind that after we run them out of town, then we will go, since we already work in the field. We know how to push the button.
Yes, sir.
We know how to pull the lever.
Yes, sir.
We know how to type the code.
Go ahead.
We know how to sharpen the drill.
Go ahead.
We'll climb and get up off our land.
Yes, sir.
And for the next 100 years, you will have prosperity as a nation if you do it. If you will God. Are y'all still all right?
Yes, sir.
This thing, this money is talking. It's a spider web.
Go ahead.
What is a spider web?
Go ahead.
It is a trap.
Yes, sir.
Tell it. That's right.
Do you know, brothers and sisters, there's 35,000 species of spiders on the planet right now?
Come on.
All of them like spinning webs at different locations for different functions and different reasons.
Right.
But the nature of the trap of the spider is universal and one and the same.
Yes, sir.
Spiders always spin their webs in dark and dirty environments.
Yes, sir.
Spiders always spin their webs in unorganized and cluttered environments.
Go ahead.
Spiders always spin their webs in places where there's not a high level of activity.
Right. Yes, go ahead.
Are y'all thinking about the webs that you've seen around the house?
Yes, sir.
And don't put the web on your doorknob.
Right. That's right. Teach.
No, they put the web up there in the corner.
Yes, sir.
Not down there in the closet.
Yes, sir. Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You look outside, you see it way up at the top of the garage.
Right.
Down there, they always in the dark, dirty, unorganized environment where there's less activity.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
And the trap of the spider is designed that once they put the web out there, it's almost transparent. the next thing you know, the fly lands. The beetle lands.
Yes, sir.
The bee lands.
Yes, sir.
The grasshopper hops on.
Yes, sir.
And then whenever that grasshopper decides to hop off, he notices that his feet are stuck.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
When the bee says, I'm getting ready to go, and he flaps his wings, he can't go.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Tell
And
it.
all of a sudden,
Say it.
the bee, the grasshopper, the beetle, the fly, look over, and in the corner is a spider sitting there laying in the cut.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Right. That's it. Right.
Just watch it.
Tell it.
Yes,
Go ahead.
The spiders never come out early.
That's right.
They stay there and wait for whatever is in the trap to struggle against itself and get too tired
Right.
to resist and fight it when it shows up.
Right. Go ahead. You teaching now. You teaching.
Y'all seeing this?
Yes, sir.
And once that spider or that insect in the web gets worn down and has given up,
Right.
then the spider comes out.
Right.
Walks up to the head of the bee, the head of the beetle, the head of the grasshopper, the head of the fly, and it sticks inside of the head,
Go ahead.
not the leg,
Tell it.
not the back, but into the head of the insect in its trap.
Yes, sir.
A needle into the brain.
Go ahead. Tell it.
And then it sends through the needle a poisonous enzyme that comes from itself
Yes, sir.
that is designed to paralyze
Go ahead.
the insect.
Yes, sir.
What is paralysis?
Go ahead, Mom.
Paralysis making a thing inactive,
Yes, sir.
unable to move.
Yes, sir.
And then once it freezes it, paralyzes it, then the enzyme begins to break down the interior form of what is trapped.
Right.
And the same needle that inserted the enzyme then begins to suck out the insides of the insect.
Go ahead.
And before long, the paralyzed insect is dead. And all the insides are gone, but the outside is left intact.
Yes, sir. Tell it. Tell it.
Then what's so dangerous
Come on. Go ahead.
is that because the trap,
Go ahead.
y'all still all right?
Yes, sir.
Because the web and the insect in the web is used as a marketing tool.
Go ahead. Teach, Mom.
To let the other insects know that are thinking about coming over and landing, come on over, it's okay. Why? Because I'm here.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Tell it.
And when they show up
Go ahead.
and see 43 black congressmen in the web,
Go ahead. Come on.
4 black governors in the web,
Go ahead.
3 black senators in the web,
Yes, sir.
641 black mayors in the web,
Go ahead.
10,000 black elected officials in the web,
Yes, sir.
Oprah's in the web,
Yes, sir.
Tiger Woods is in the web,
Yes, sir.
Lester Holt is in the
Go
web.
ahead.
Oh man, it looks good. Don Lemon's in the web.
Go ahead. Teach
And
her.
see, all of the insects in the web become marketing to the other insects that this is where you want to come.
Right. Come on.
That's what's happened to black people.
Yes, sir.
We have been given mannequins dressed up
Go ahead.
in the storehouse of democracy to sell black people the American dream.
Yes, sir.
And because they let a few Negroes stay in the web
Go ahead. Come on.
and look like they're doing good.
Yes, sir. Teach her.
But if you land on the web and you don't talk to Oprah,
Go ahead.
if you land on the web and go talk to the congressman,
Go ahead.
or the senator, or the governor, or the mayor, or any of the black elected officials, you'll realize that, man, they look good, but they ain't got no inside.
Go ahead.
They're dead. Inside out. Oh, praise be. So,
Go ahead, Mom.
America has become a trap house.
Yes, sir. Right.
And it has used our black professionals,
Come on.
our black athletes.
Right.
They are handpicked and selected to make us believe that the American dream will become true. They are the prompts inside of the magic trick called the illusion of inclusion.
Go ahead. That's it. That's it.
I'm going to make you think that you got something that you can get here.
Go ahead, Mom. Tell it.
You just got to work hard.
Go ahead. So that line
You just got to keep your grades up.
there. Right. Take it
it.
Yes, sir.
In other words, you got to be a punk.
Go ahead.
You got to be a coward.
Go ahead.
You got to compromise your principles. You got to turn your heels on what you believe in.
Yes, sir.
You got to ignore police brutality.
Come on.
You have to ignore insurance redlining. You have to act as though racism doesn't exist. So that if you operate with the illusion of inclusion, then maybe by chance you might be able to get right next to Lester Holt.
Come on. Go ahead. Wave us up now. Come on. Yes, sir. Beautiful teacher.
Well, the thing that we have to ask ourselves, and you know, when we deal with the civil rights movement, brothers and sisters, I don't know if I'm going to call them activists.
Right. Go ahead.
That just should be reserved to people that's acting.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
Because most civil rights organizations don't do no acting.
Yes, sir. Right.
They put on a banquet once a year.
Right. That's it.
And they raise funds for the banquet.
Yes, sir. Come on.
They do charity work, but they don't do no activism.
Yes, sir. Tell it.
But when we talk to the civil rights activists, they think we're extreme.
Right.
When we echo the words of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that he said 60 years ago, do for self.
Yes, sir.
Or suffer the consequences.
Yes, sir.
They think we're extreme when we say separation or death.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And what they say is that, see, what you all don't understand, see, it's not the white man.
Tell it.
It's the system.
Come on now. Wave us up.
That's like saying it's not the spider,
Right.
it's the web. But where in the hell did the web come from? Where did the system come from? You know with wisdom inside of your house
Come on.
that if all you can do is knock a web down,
Go ahead.
but you can't ever find the spider,
Yes, sir.
do it again.
that every time you wake up in the morning, man, he did it again.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
But if you can ever find the spider
Yes, sir.
and kill that spider,
Yes, sir.
then you don't have to worry about that web coming back ever again, because the system comes out of the man.
Right.
Not the man coming out of the system. Now, I'm not recommending you go and stick, kill a white man.
Go ahead, Mom.
There really is only two right ways to deal with a spider.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Either you kill the one that's there,
Right.
or you set up measures to keep one from being there.
Right. Tell it. Tell it. Yes, sir.
The Lord of the worlds is going to do the killing.
Yes, sir. Right. Actual fact. Go ahead.
Didn't we sing it in church that I held my peace
Go ahead. Yeah.
and let the Lord
Come on.
fight my back? Victory is won.
Come on now. Teach.
However, the Holy Quran says Allah will fight our battles, but he does mention that he will slay the enemy
Yes, sir.
at your hand.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So while we are praying and hoping for the Lord of the worlds to do what he's going to do,
Yes, sir. Come on.
we also have to be actively engaged in eating, exercising, thinking, and functioning, by which the means we can become combat ready.
That's right.
Because we know not today that our hands we have to be with. But if we're just going to keep the spider away, if the spider spins his web in dark, dirty, unorganized environments that have low activity.
Tell it.
Are y'all still with me?
Yes, sir.
Then how do we keep the spider from having an effect on us?
Go ahead.
How do we shut down the trap?
Yes, sir. Tell it.
Now, we always, the nation, people always say, well, I just want to know, y'all military, y'all organized, why come y'all don't black boot, stomp down the trap house doors and just shut it down?
Go ahead.
Why don't y'all just kick in the doors of the liquor store and shut it down?
Right.
All the foreigners coming in, sucking, why don't y'all just go shut it down? Y'all organize.
Come on. Right.
Because that's a temporary fix.
Yes, sir. Actual fact. Actual fact. Tell it.
said, once you burn up, destroy the liquor store on 38th and Emerson, they'll migrate to 34th and keep drinking. Once you black boots slam down the trap house on 21st, they're going to cross over to Udell and go to the other one.
Yes, sir. That's it.
If we would have shut down this Indian store right here on 25th, they're going to go down to 21st and go and get the same crap.
Yes, sir.
But if we can get into the head of the black man and woman and burn out of their mind the desire for alcohol, the desire for the pill, the desire for heroin, the desire for crack cocaine, the desire for flaming hot Cheetos, the desire for fake chicken, and we began teaching them how to eat to live, they'll shut it down by not doing no business with this. If we began to show them how to activate their own brain as their best drug manufacturing company, then they can reach up into their mind for stress relief, reach up into their mind for relaxation, reach up into their mind, and once they can reach up, they'll never have to reach down again. You put all of them down by killing the donation. It's this. Business is supply and demand. You can have all the supply you want, but you're going out of business. If there's no more demand for your man.
Yes, sir.
So the Nation of Islam, we don't operate with that cheap form of revolution.
Go ahead, man.
Some temporary solution.
Come on, go ahead. Come on.
Temporary.
We are about building the world long term.
That's right.
Freedom. Justice. Equality. So, a spider cannot spin his web or set his trap if he sets them in dark, dirty, unorganized, and environments that have low activity. All we have to do is clean up the hood.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Teach Muhammad.
That's it.
Y'all not hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Do you know the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made this revolutionary statement about environment?
Come on.
He said that to those that are reforming, that whatever you are coming away from, you don't ever want to put yourself around.
Right.
Because the fact that you have done it before and you know it works.
Right.
What?
That's right. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Tell it.
No, when people smoke, it does work.
Yes, sir.
It just got 9 million side effects to it. But it did what it was supposed to do at that time.
Right.
Solve a temporary problem but produce way more problems later.
Right.
So he said, if you are recovering from drinking, the worst thing you can do is put yourself in an environment where people are drinking.
Yes, sir. Right. That's it.
If you just quit smoking, the worst thing you can do is get around people that are smoking.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
He said this. He said environment is stronger than heredity.
Yes, sir.
Come on now.
That's your fact.
Tell it.
That means that the information that is recorded in our genetic makeup can be overrode by putting ourselves in the wrong kind of environment.
Right.
Man, that's deep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And do you know, black man and black woman, if ye are all gods?
Tell it.
Children.
Ye are all gods, what are we? Children of the Most High God. That means that you are in possession of divine DNA.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You have God's genetic makeup. You have holy heredity.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Prosperity is built in the very plasma of black people.
Good teaching. Good teaching.
But even though we have divine DNA, put ourselves in a wicked environment and the DNA will be overrode.
Right. Tell it.
Even though we have God's genetic makeup, keep ourselves around people that are not trying to be godly and the override will take place.
Yes, sir.
Even though prosperity is in our plasma, stay around a bunch of broke people trying not to do nothing and watch poverty override the prosperity in the plasma. We got holy heredity. But if we stay in environments that are opposite of that which is pure,
Yes, sir.
we'll find ourselves accidentally becoming dirty again.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
You cannot have clean, organized thoughts in a dirty, disorganized ourselves clean.
Yes, sir.
Right. Tell it.
You say, well, how do we clean up the hood? Well, you can go pick up trash through the neighborhood. That's a good start.
Wait.
Is that a good start?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can go look out for the elderly in the neighborhood. That's a good start.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We can make sure that everybody's respectful and using, respectful language. That's a good start.
Yes, sir.
But the hood, the hood is the suffix of neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Have you ever wondered why we call it the hood and not neighborhood?
Right. Go
It's
ahead.
because the functioning concept of neighbor is missing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Right.
But there was a time period that whenever we had a neighborhood,
Come on.
anybody would whoop your behind if you did something wrong.
That's right. Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
And they wouldn't go to jail.
Yes, sir.
Right.
They wouldn't have to fight your mama.
Right.
Huh?
That's right.
Is that the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And let Miss Maybelline hear you cussing outside her window.
Right. Come on now.
She'll look out that window. Excuse me. You.
Right.
Aren't you Susie Mae's boy?
Come on. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. You got a little dirty little mouth. I'll be right down. You wait. And she come out there in them pink fluffy slip-ons.
Yeah, that's right.
And that one big gown with that zipper on it. Oh, y'all didn't get none of these?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Might come out there with one of her old custom-made switches.
Yes, sir. That's right.
And beat your behind right there in the middle of the street.
Yes, sir.
Is that the truth?
That's right.
And then pick you, grab your mail car, take you all the way back to your house.
Right.
And ring the doorbell and she, look, when your mama comes to the door, she said, look, Susie Mae, I want you to know that I just beat your little boy's behind.
Right.
He was out in front of my house using some of the most vulgar language I've ever heard.
Right.
And Susie Mae would say, oh, no, you hit my son?
No.
You don't touch my son.
Right.
No, that's the new Negro.
Right. Wait. Come on. That's right.
No, that's the hood. I'm talking about the neighborhood. Susie Mae said, thank you, Maybelline. I'm so sorry. Then she been there. She'll beat your behind one time for what you said.
Right.
And then beat your behind another time for embarrassing her in front of Maybelline. That was neighborhood. But, also, brothers and sisters,
Wait.
the hood is a piece of fabric that's on the back of a jacket or a shirt or a coat.
Right.
It's used to cover the head.
Yes, sir.
So really what's going on in the hood
Come on.
is a reflection of what's going on underneath the hood.
Yes, sir.
Right. Good job.
The community we live in is nothing more than a physical manifestation
Wait.
of the collective consciousness of the people that share space and time with one another.
Yes, sir.
So whatever this 4-block radius is and the way it looks
Tell it.
is a sign of the way the majority of the people's mind looks.
Yes, sir.
So if the hood is dirty, it's dirty thoughts in the head.
Yes, sir.
If the hood is unorganized, it's unorganized thoughts in the head.
Yes, sir.
If the hood is foul, it's foul thoughts in the head.
Yes, sir.
So the real solution to clean up and keep the spider from being able to set its trap is not just picking up trash
Wait.
from the neighborhood, but picking up trash out of the hood of the head, cleaning up the minds of the people.
Go ahead, Muhammad.
And not only does the spider spin its web in the dirty, dark, unorganized, cluttered environments, but he also spins his web in the areas of low activity.
Go ahead.
Have you ever wondered why we have all of these areas where black people live in the same place, but we don't have any black businesses in the area?
Go ahead. Teach.
In every hood.
Yes, sir.
You got an Indian cell phone shop.
Right.
You got a little Pakistani dude selling their chicken and some chips.
Right. Come on.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You got a Korean nail shop.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Korean beauty supply house.
Come on. That's it.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
White man on payday loan spot.
Yes, sir.
Right.
White man owned little supermarket, Jewish owned pawn shop,
Yes, sir.
black owned nothing. It's because if you look at the word business, if you break the word down, business is a compound word. The suffix N-E-S-S or ness, it means denoting the quality and state, or the extension of something exemplifying the quality of the state.
Come on.
In other words, darkness is the state or quality of being dark.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Goodness
Tell it.
is someone that you find that has the state or quality of being good.
Yes, sir.
Wait.
Preparedness
Yes, sir.
Tell it.
is the state or quality of being prepared. Busyness
Yes, sir.
Wait.
is the state or quality of being busy.
Yes, sir.
Wait, Mom.
So we don't have businesses because we don't have busyness.
Yes, sir.
Tell it.
If we would get busy
Yes, sir.
Right.
and pray and not pray and wait, but pray and work,
Yes, sir.
not see a need and complain about what the city ain't doing,
Right.
what the neighborhood association ain't doing,
Right.
what white people are doing,
Yes, sir.
what gentrification is doing.
Yes, sir.
If we would see the problem and instead of opening our mouth, open up our hands
Come on.
and begin going to work
Yes, sir.
to produce the needs and the wants of the environment. And busyness will produce business. Are you all right? So, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, look at this. He said in the Muhammad Speaks newspaper, he wrote up a write-up, he called it work.
Wait.
Yes, sir.
It says a Muslim is nothing. He or she is nothing. He or she can achieve nothing, fulfill nothing without working.
Wait. Tell it.
Listen to this. He's getting ready to give the solution to all the problems plaguing black people.
Go ahead.
First one he names, he says, if you are poor, work.
Go ahead. Teach on it.
Look at this. If you are rich, continue working.
Come on. Go ahead. That's it.
If you are burdened with seemingly unfair responsibilities, work.
Go ahead.
If you are happy, keep right on working.
That's it.
Then he says this. He said, idleness gives room for doubt and fears.
Man.
If you are disappointed, work.
Come on.
If your health is threatened, work. When faith is shaken,
Work.
Work.
y'all can help me out.
Yes, sir.
When faith is shaken,
Work.
when dreams are shattered and hopes seem to be dead,
Work.
work is as if you are in peril.
Man.
So we should always be hungry.
Yes, sir.
We should never be full.
Wait.
We should always be dissatisfied.
Yes, sir.
After every victory, we celebrate for a few minutes, but after that, we sit down and renegotiate our plan on how I can take it to another level and do it bigger and better than I already did. It's constant and never-ending improvement. Till death takes us off the planet. That's what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is saying. He said, no matter what ails you,
Work.
he said, work faithfully. Work with faith. Work for your moms.
Right.
Work for your own.
Go ahead.
He said work is the greatest remedy available for mental and physical affliction.
Go ahead. Come on.
That's the most powerful Elijah Muhammad. The man God raised for the black man and woman in North America with a prescription for all of our years. Are y'all still all right?
Good teaching.
Allah is the greatest.
Right.
So, brothers and sisters, to wrap all of this up, we have to go to work.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
We have to organize. In the time we're living in right now, organization is just as important as truth itself.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
In fact, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said this. He said, an organized lie
Come on.
is more effective than disorganized truth.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We have to do our part.
Yes, sir. Right.
We have to play our position.
Yes, right.
We have to find our purpose and our specific purpose in that purpose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we have to give ourselves over to that purpose that we can make our specific contribution for the advancement of the collective whole of us as a people.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
And we have to go at the purpose God brought us into the world with the same amount of fight, drive, focus, and vigor as an athlete goes after becoming proficient in a sport. Do you know the top athletes? They don't just do 2 a day, some of them do 3 a day.
Go ahead.
In the basketball world, when they study the background of Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, those ones that are considered icons and legends, the great Michael Jordan.
Yes, sir.
When they studied the way that they committed themselves to their craft, that they would have an hour and a half workout in the morning at 6 a.m. Rest and then come back and have another one at 12 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Rest and come back and have another one at 6 p.m.
Yes, sir. Right.
5-6 days a week. Winter, spring, summer, fall, Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays. It didn't make no difference.
That's right. That's right.
I've seen a documentary on the great Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world.
Go ahead.
Do you know that this brother was training to get his speed up, and he tied a sled to his back with weights on it and was running in the grass dragging the weights? He did, listen to this, hundreds of sprints pulling weights. This brother was running so hard that he split his skin in his leg. I didn't even know you could do that. No, I didn't. I'm talking about like a real gash. Twice in one workout. And what it's saying is that he's pushing his muscle to a limit that his muscle has never been to, and that his skin has not even developed the strength or flexibility to handle yet. But because his mind is so strong and he's so committed at running faster than he ran last time, he's willing to put his all in and bust his leg open to become better at what it is he's already the best at.
Yes, sir.
I'm saying that we have to have that kind of divine grind.
Yes, sir.
That's kind of fight, drive, and focus when it comes to building a nation for our people, when it comes to building a business for our family, when it comes to saving the black man and black woman. And I guarantee you, if we would get on that type of regimen, see, what was wrong with the bee? What was wrong with the spot? What was wrong with the insects in there? They weren't strong enough to break up out the web.
Go ahead. Teach.
I submit to you that if you will give your mind over to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's message,
Come on. Right.
That's right.
your mind will become so strong that you'll get up out the trap. I mean the web. Easy.
Go ahead, Mom.
You got a little problem with heroin? Come on and study with us. I guarantee you, you can break your addiction to heroin in 21 days. Come and try us out. You got a problem womanizing? Come on and join us. And give us 21 days. We'll teach you the value of the black woman. You, sister, you got a problem being a victim of a no good man over and over again. Come on out and get taught. And in 21 days, you will have your appraisal of yourself will be so high. You will know your real value. See, once you know that you're the second self of God, once you understand that a nation can rise no higher than this woman, once you understand that you are the first mother, the first nurse, the first teacher, and you are really God in baby language, once you understand that you are the one that the whole nation is judged by, then when you know your value, you'll stop giving Negroes discounts. way. Come on and get with how to eat today.
Go ahead.
Give us 21 days and eat one meal a day. That's the how, and then follow the what. Make sure in that one meal you got you a good bowl of navy bean soup. And a good piece of some whole wheat toast next to it. A nice glass of real live fresh milk. With some vegetables. And a little fruit around. And you eat that every day for 21 days. That's the what and the how mixed together. I guarantee you, you'll be in the best shape you've ever been in your life. Allah God gave Muhammad everything. Did you hear me? Muhammad is the answer. His program is the way. His teaching will have your mind so strong that whatever kind of insect you are, you will break up out the way. And we will no longer be in a trap no more. So money can keep on talking, we just won't be listening. We'll be flying high above the way of going to build a nation of our own. Thank you for listening. I greet you in peace.